Welcome out, gamers and gamettes, to the RGLgg Invite Highlander Grand Finals. I am Alto, joined by Zag to my side, and we'll be coming at you with Team Fun versus Squirtyay. Zag, how you doing tonight?
Doing good. Been waiting for this one. This one's been the entire season coming. From the very outset, we expected Team Fun to be grand finalists. They have the experienced roster, they have the best players on paper, and they got through the season. They got through the regular season flawlessly. Not a single round dropped. That record was blemished in playoffs. They lost rounds in both of their two matches so far, but still have not dropped a single map, and we're looking at them as champions. On the other side is going to be Squirtyay. They've had a bit of a rough season. They got through it. They kept dropping rounds, dropping maps in the regular season, but they made it through the playoffs. They showed that they did have what it takes to win the BO3s when it came down to it, and they are our second grand finalists. They have an uphill battle here tonight, though.
Definitely. As Team Fun, as you said, have been extremely dominant, and even with those rounds lost, there was never any doubt that they would be coming out on top in those matches. And I mean, let's start with the pick ban, because I like what I see here, where the last time these two teams played, they didn't even bother with the pick ban. They just gentlemen's to go triple cough. And when you're playing against a team that has as much DM as Team Fun does, that's not exactly a recipe for success if you're Squirtyay. But on the other hand, up until that point, we were still assuming Squirtyay was just the team that couldn't play payload. So in a sense, they're like, all right, kind of makes sense. They both want to play Koth, might as well just go all three. But last week we saw Squirtyay conquer their demons, didn't we, Zeg?
Yeah, showed up very strong on the stopwatch maps. They were the better team overall, and seeing them do that gave faith that they do have more depth in their map pool. And like you mentioned with this pick ban, I'll go ahead and run down it. First of all, we have Asheville ban from Squirtyay. Again, you're against the most DM heavy team in the league. You ban Asheville. That's just how it works. Vigil ban out from Team Fun. Pretty expected. That's just a kind of a wild card stopwatch map that can snowball very heavily. First map, picked by Fun, Proot. We're finally getting your Proot cast. We had one earlier in the regular season. You weren't not there for it, but
I was. I just wanted another one.
Yeah, we're gonna be on Koth Proot tonight on our first map. After that, Squirtyay taking us to Swiftwater, which I'm assuming that's what you mean when you say you like the pick ban, because that's gonna be probably their best chance here to take a map.
Yeah, admittedly, right, with how well we saw Squirtyay playing Steel last week versus Froggyland, I'm surprised that it was neither banned nor picked. Jacob teams have historically just first banned Steel in playoffs, just to get that wild card out of the way. And I'm surprised that Froggy wouldn't try to Squirtyay, wouldn't try to capitalize on it, given how well they played it against Froggy last week, who were expected to be the much better team on Steel.
Yep, and after that we have an upward band from Squirtyay. The context behind that one is in week 1 they got 0-2'd, and it was not close at all by Team Fun on that map, so they just got out of there. They said pick your poison, Steel or Viaduct, and they chose Product as the tiebreaker if needed.
All right, well, we're getting started right about now, so we won't have full time to go down the rosters. Dolphin, I'm not sure if you've flashed those on screen yet or if you can now. The one thing I do want to note is that it does look like we will have Johnny playing Pyro and Joey playing Demoman. So no Figsy this week, repeating the roster that didn't drop the map against Froggyland last week, as we are live here in the season 13 grand finals.
Yep, both demos rolling out, taking opposite sides so far. A lot of damage taken from Joey. Needs to get an arrow. I do expect Joey to be a big player to watch here, because of all the players who we can see on both teams, I feel like Joey can match up well. That side gets headshot off the rip, and Percy goes down as well. They're getting collapsed on quick by the pick classes and the hit scan running across point, and that's a pretty big wash in favor of Team Fun. They did lose Hyphen on the back end.
If you're going to find only a single kill in a mid-fight, that is easily the best one you could have gotten. DZ also lives, so despite losing the mid-fight in pretty, quick fashion, Pup able to get in and get Hyphen actually puts them kind of on the front foot in this round, as DZ's coming up on 90% and they're looking to take the super in through flank.
Yep, they are grouped up on this flank side with all of their players. Soldier jumping through, gets pogoed up in the sky, gonna have to get out of the dodge on that one. Now they're Uber across point blank, taking it, dipping, dodging, not going down, and no kills in the Uber so far. Hunter coming in the backline, great air blast to trap Joey in enemy lines. Joey will take him down though with a nice time pipe and lift tail to tail. In the meantime, Lenny popping off 2 kills onto Wish and Johnny from those sniper battalions. They do have a man advantage on the side of Team Fun. 2 men opposite Kama walking forward, demolishing Paharo, and Pickles takes down those 2 players behind behind the point, and that's going to be a recapture in favor of Team Fun.
Yeah, Joey really made some lemonade with those lemons that he was given from that Uber going back, getting air blasted onto Team Fun's stairs, but just instantly two pipes Hunter, then pushes back through flank and helps to trade out onto Honesty to help them get a temporary cap, but the DM advantage is just too much with their demo man, isolated and having to play that really weird position. So Team Fun takes the point right back, but it looks like we're going to see a dry push coming out right away, even though Hyphen has right now.
Yeah, they want to force this Uber out of Hyphen. Looks like it will get popped immediately. Jump forward from Sin Karma. Hits a couple pipes, but no kills so far. They do find Pop on the sidelines, though. Jumping forward now is the soldier of Team Fun. Going for the med pick. One rocket hits a lot of damage, but Dirk can't get the pick. And now DZ Creeper on a full Uber ad to work with. We'll see what Squirtyay can do here with this.
Yep, they're going to come right back in with that. Good on DZ for not forcing. Great jump coming out of Joey. Will get stepped back by Hunter, though. Lenny's going to be taken out by Wish. Pahara, though, not able to find anything in on the cliffside, and with only Lenny, they will take this point back. Honesty still being a bit of a nuisance in the flank area.
AGB, though, 2K backstab onto Pop and Nerks, cleans up a lot of players. The cap does go in favor of Squirtyay, but with Joey down as well, all their spawns are extended. They're going to have to give up this point. Percy, the last bastion for now, does hit a headshot on Blank, but not going to be too much to work with here, as point going to flip back in favor of Team Fun. Minute and a half left on the clock for them. A minute 15 left for their opposition, though.
Lenny just finding another shot. He has been rock solid so far to start off these finals, and yeah, really unfortunate for Squirtyay when you finally get that hard one, point cap, and then everyone around you all just completely dies, as AGB going to find Percy alone on bats, and that cap only starts to extend your spawns even further as you lose point right back after. Joey popped up, will survive, but Uber coming in.
Yeah, DZ on 95%. They want to get him out, see if he can get it in time. They will get all their players out, not a single kill in that Uber for Team Fun. That's uncharacteristic, and they lose 2 as well. So 7v9 in favor of Squirtyay with this full Uber. They just want to cap this and see if they can hold the Uber charge. If you're Team Fun here, you want to sack all the players you can, see what you can get. But with Sin Karma going down to a well-timed backstab from Paharo, the sack, they will end up getting the Uber out, though. Just too much pressure coming forward.
Yeah, Sin Karma was objectively out of position there, but before he goes down, he just walks into 8 people, pipes DZ, and that spooks him enough to use because he does not want to drop in Pyro.
Onto Hyphen, taking out that opposing medic. All of a sudden, that Uber pop doesn't matter, but Lenny says, screw that, takes one back down onto DZ Creeper. So no medics alive right now. A 7v6 in the server in favor of Squirtyay, but with the longer spawn timer on DZ, they're already going to have heals up and moving forward. Team Fun are in a good position here to get back onto the point soon.
Yeah, as they will have that slight ad, 15%, potentially more, just growing as DC doesn't hit anyone off the spawn, but they have not found any entrances yet. Lenny's been quiet for about 20 seconds, so long as it feels like he's been blank, will open one up onto Pop, though, on the flank. Mini goes down, and that lets Sin Karma just hold that W key. Wish is going to be next, and all the dominoes are falling over right now.
AGB's on DZ. AGB picks
another.
DZ, it's over. DZ's running away. AGB 1v1. Can he find the med pick? Uber saw out. DZ trying to win this one out. He stays alive, but now the soldier comes in. Dirk taking down DZ Creeper is going to be huge for Team Fun. Now Hyphen going to have a full Uber advantage.
Yeah, you figure that if DZ can make it out there, he's still at disad, but maybe they have a chance in this round, but with him going down, just not able to fully get out, AGB holding his attention for long enough. AGB tried to go for spawn camp even, but missed it, as that's one of the things we see him do quite often. But last kind of desperation push right now coming in from Squirtyay. Gonna get Pup on that roof with the Uber comes out right there, jumping in. Power and Joey both gonna go down. They find one onto Hunter though. 8v7 in favor of Team Fun right now as they have bodies all over the point. No presence right now, although Nerk's walking in. Gonna pick up his 5th kill, the life!
Nerk's not kept alive so long by the arrow, but now it's Honesty's turn to come in as that big heavy getting the cleanup. He has the beam on him. He's doing so much work. AGB in the backline going to take down DZ Creeper as well, so no heals are in, and they're going to win the first round. It goes in favor of Team Fun. Minute left on the clock. Honestly, that's a closer round than I expected out of the gate, so impressive at least to begin for Squirtyay, but Team Fun expectedly on top so far.
Closer than expect, but it felt like there weren't ever too many dominant showings by Squirtyay. It was just kind of a leapfrog that Team Fun knew they were winning. As we do come into the second mid, and Joey getting the first one going down. Lenny finds him peeking off of bats. Yeah.
Percy too. These are the exact same 2 players dead off the rip first time, but at least 2 trades come back in favor of Squirtyay. So 7v7 with that kill onto AGB. All of a sudden numbers are in their favor, and we're gonna see Joey spawn up as well. They have control of the flank right now. Got the Medi beam trying to kill their players up. Heavy doing a ton of work in this tight choke, and we're gonna have another mid fight kind of rolling out as soon as these demo men get back here and fully healthy. Point being held by Squirtyay, and they're gonna get it.
Yeah, being able to keep their heavy up there almost ended up mattering more than the demo, as Nurk's able to take a ton of space and walk, and will get sniped out right as the point goes over, but Lenny finally counter-sniped out. Feels like that may be the first time this game, as we will see the mid go in favor of Squirtyay. DZ on point with Uber, will be forced to play more passively though, as the first use comes out from Hyphen.
Yeah, Blank running in, takes Joey very low, but a well-timed pop from DZ. Gonna save his Delman. X-Hunter gonna go down in the Pyro v Pyro exchange. Gets the kill onto Pup for his trouble. Pickle's dead as well, means numbers are in favor of Team Fun. They're getting onto the point, trying to corner Joey Lemons here. Stuck, will get chased down by Blank, and DZ is out. That's a silver lining, but a point cap goes back in favor of Team Fun.
Wish coming in trying to find the medic, but his ragdoll is gonna go flying onto the point at Mach 8. He goes down. Pajaro is getting in position behind, but Colt's going to run out at an inconvenient time. Getting chased back to spawn. Carson's going to let him go. As, yeah, just a successful point recapture there coming out of Team Fun. Really just kind of using their better DM, it feels like, to, you know, take winning fights out of even exchanges.
Heavy flank stack coming forward here from the side of Squirtyay. They're getting forward, doing some damage. Wish getting headshot. No scouting is going to be hard to clean up. Joey Lemons eats a pipe and goes down. They do get the trade onto Sin Karma though, and with a 17-second spawner on him and Honesty, they'll likely be able to walk back in here with the HP advantage. Sniper pops off, and Percy winning that 1 second of the round. Going to buy his team a lot of space to move forward here.
Yep, and with those shorter spawns on offense, those kills they love before don't matter, because Honesty and Sin Karma just spawning now. They're on point. Uber comes out, but super delayed use by DZ. This is a massive advantage for Red right now, is they're going to bring everyone in this Uber going forward.
Great serve.
Wish getting forward into yard, chasing Hyphen out into house, not going to make it. Those stickies on the ground, too hard to chase him.
Hyphen hit
But
a
he
fat
still smells
serve.
blood in the water.
Yeah,
No,
the pack gonna
off.
be there for Hyphen. He had an amazing surf over the roof to keep his life there. If he doesn't get that, he ends up going down there, and they lose their Uber advantage. Instead, now Team Fun up on the ad once again, have more players, have more HP, gonna be able to walk forward and stand on the point. Dur trades his life for Pickles. That's pretty fine for now, as capture goes in favor of Team Fun, but with Pajaro getting a kill onto Lenny, all of a sudden they can go back in. High bomb from the soldier. Pup in the backlines doing damage, but just stays alive behind, being a nuisance. Spidey cloak onto the medic, can't hit the revolver shot, doesn't get the kill right now. Sin Karma gonna drop on the other side. Hyphen 1 HP, but still lives. In the meantime, Joey Lemons gets taken down by a backstab.
This heavy v heavy on point, though, is going to end up with both of them losing their lives as Blank comes out the true winner, and that will be enough, right? As Lenny went down, Percy did as well, and that defensive sniper just a little bit more important than offense. So that allows Team Fun, to walk forward, take that point back, but we had a dead even round, Wish, though, going down, and we put on a really inconvenient timer with the rest of his team.
Yep, DZ Creeper sitting on the 100% Uber. They can't use yet, though, as you mentioned, Wish isn't there. They don't care. They're going to go without their scout. Pyro Demo Uber on offense. That's a rarity. Johnny gets in there, hits a couple right clicks to buy some space for his combo. No kills directly in the Uber, but Percy has gone down to some sky pipes over the top. Now Sniper advantage firmly in Team Fun's favor. Going to take down Nerfs. No big heavy for the post mean. It's going to be a lot harder to posture here. They're down 2 men in comparison to Team Fun for Squirtyay, but they really want this capture. Headshot onto Joey Lemons, and it's just too much to deal with. He gets flanked and taken down, and DZ Creeper not gonna live. Lenny just picking him off.
Yeah, I actually really like that Uber given the circumstances, right? You know it's going to be an exchange, so you're likely going to see a Pyro in there anyway. You know, don't bother waiting for a scout. They have good positioning. They walk forward, and they just give Johnny most of the Uber. Let him air blast them off and kind of say, well, we're going to get point presence and post here, like, manually, by just removing you from it, rather than by winning a fight. Yeah, and it works in the short term, but they just don't win the DM fights.
Well, yeah, because Lenny stayed up and he killed the heavy, the demo, and the medic essentially by himself there. So that sniper is doing tons of work. Percy, though, getting an opening onto Honesty will buy a lot of time, but Joey Lemons eats the pipes and goes down. And Lenny now dominating Wish, the sniper dominating the enemy's scout. Man can't move fast enough anyway. Now Sin Karma walking forward onto Percy, dipping, dodging, but will lose his life, and the Uber comes in. Easy Creeper only at 50% means they can do nothing but watch as Team Fun takes a second round.
Lenny almost just sitting alone on point. Bomb coming out of Pup. Gonna try to get him, but he will surf that out. He will live. Pajaro finds a kill onto Hyphen, but I don't think it's going to matter. That one's just for the logs, as it will be a 2-0 for Team Fun starting off here on Cough Proot.
A clutch win limit 2 comes in. The pregame
Yeah.
has to go on a bit further. That's pretty funny, but yeah, 2-0 for Team Fun. Can't say it was unexpected. We mentioned that the timer, you know, at least Square were getting some time off the clock, but like you said, it is a bit of a leapfrog moment where Square are playing well enough to, you know, live and get the Uber exchanges off, you know, take their turns when it's given to them, but that's the thing. They only get what's given to them. Anything that Team Fun doesn't want them to have, they can't get.
Exactly, yeah, and I mean, I said something to a similar extent during the match, and it feels like the DM on the side of Team Fun is good enough that they're able to take fights that are otherwise even and might be coin flips and turn them into, like, 65-35s or 70-30s.
Yep, logs up on your screen. And blank 15 frags, honestly 15. I was okay, so we know that Proot as like a map is very good for heavy, just because there's a lot of corners where heavy can peek behind, take cover behind, and just be a big influence in post fights. But both heavies were doing so much work there. Nurk's even top frags for Squirtyay, near 300 DPM, honestly 350 DPM. They just do a ton of work. Sin Karma nearing 500 DPM. Joey lagging behind quite a bit in the damage output, so that explains why.
Are we going to talk about blank?
Yeah, I mentioned the 15 kills, but the 2 deaths and the 450 DPM?
That's the 15 kills are all right. He had less deaths than Hyphen and almost as much damage as his demo man. I mean, you want to say it's a good heavy map. It is also a good scout map, evidently, off of that performance. But one thing I do want to point out that I feel like, whether or not it's really what's stopping Squirtyay, I'm not sure. But something that I noticed a lot of players on Proot having issues with is that the point geometrically is very similar to Lakeside, right? Where, you have kind of the elevated surface, the left and the right staircases onto it. Unlike on Lakeside, though, where you can kind of comfortably play on the stairs as a way of edging the point, if you are on either of, like, the ramps up to point, be it, like, the leaf side or the stone side, on Proot, you are about to get orbital cannoned. Like, on Proot, you cannot kind of hover on those ramps and try to, like, get some cheeky spam damage in like you might on Lakeside. If you are standing there, you're going to die within 5 seconds. And I noticed Joey especially getting caught there a lot. I'm not sure if he was lingering there or maybe it was just really, really good focus fire coming out when he was trying to walk up. Probably could be a bit of both, but it's a map where you can't ever be, like, on the fence about being in or out. You either got to full send and commit, get everyone on point, run everyone through, and play aggressively with all the risks, that entails, or you play out and you're not able to get any ground.
Yeah, I remember when this map was being heavily theory crafted, around the preseason, the new map cup, people realized that it's better to just play forward heavily index onto one side, take your space, and then play passive on the other. I was impressed with Squirtyay when they did overload the flank side, but when they weren't able to do that and they played a bit more spread out, Team Fun just dominated them, like you said. We're into the second half, though, right away, and both Element rolling out the mid, same team colors.
Yep, on the roof, Wish gonna play up there right off the start. Gonna be knocked down, though. Big fight coming in on flank. Jump coming in from Pup. Gonna create a lot of pressure. Forces Honesty and Dur out, so flank in favor of Squirtyay despite losing the frags. But Lenny's gonna win that SVS. Pajaro goes down as well. No pick class. Joey goes down next in that same spot on the leaves. And that looks like it's going to be mid for Squirtyay.
That wasn't even his fault. Like, 3 of his players died. He just walks up. He gets 150 body shotted and scattergun by the scout, right? Like, at that point, the mid's already lost. And now AGB walks up, gets a stab onto Pickles, tries to get a sapper on that telly. Can't quite get it. But, yeah, like you mentioned, Team Fun just walking up aggressively, taking their opponent's flank here. DZ Creeper did live once again, kept the Uber charge, but now they're being held in their spawn gate. They're going to have to do some work to get out of it.
Oh, Johnny, he has AirPods in! AGB going to decloak right behind and take him out alone on Cliff. And look at this forward hold. You said you want to be either all in or all out, and we're getting an Uber used out of their main spawn. Try to contest bats, it will get Hyphen's Uber out in exchange, and they're just going to have to hightail it back to spawn.
Yeah, late Uber used from Hyphen, kept a lot of players alive. Honestly, the only one going down. It's because he spotted the walkout in the first place, so we'll be getting his respawn. Forward still kind of coming out. They have some players forward on Cliff. Carson even walking at them. AGB tries to go forwards for some picks. They do get the kills onto Pickles and Pajaro, but that's not what you're going to want in the end. Now, man advantage pretty heavily in favor of Squirtyay with a headshot onto Blank. Percy shutting down that opposing scout, handing him his 3rd death of the match.
Yeah, the forward hold worked. It brought them a lot of pressure, but they just overcommitted a little bit too much. Joey's going to get Lenny, but goes down for his troubles. Sin Karma able to find him with a nasty pipe, as they will end up recapping here. Honesty and Dur going to be forced out of flank. The dynamic duo over there for Team Fun haven't had the most, shoutouts in the kill feed, but they have been a consistent pressure maintaining that flank for the blue team right there. And it's going to be Nurks and Pup now going to be looking to hold that, but Lenny shot right on onto Pup. That's going to open up a huge hole on flank, and points already being capped.
Yeah, overhead by both teams. They're jumping in to try and find something. Lenny going to get backstabbed in the meantime. Means sniper advantage is in favor of Squirtyay. They're walking forward. They're Uber charge onto the point. They take down Honesty as well, and Percy takes down Dur uninhibited. X-Hunter going to go down to Johnny's flare gun of all things. Pyro can't be set on fire, but does not matter, as now we see Joey walking up trying to get some damage. Uber out here from Team Fun. Sin Karma doing some work, but Johnny is denying this by himself. Very good work. He stays alive too. He's stalling for so much time, and now Pup over the top. If you could find this meta pick, it'd be huge. One rocket. Can't get the second one. We'll have to leave. Johnny and Pup both gonna go down in post.
Something really big there, too, is that Carson's telly is on the stairs, meaning that Lenny took it in the middle of that Uber and immediately died out of spawn, so he's just now getting to scope up after he had gotten stabbed there, and they will end up recapping, but they're already down 3 players right here. Make that 4 with Hunter going down on a long spawn, too. They will maintain control of this for now, but the shorter spawn's on red.
Paharo wants to go for a med pick here. Carson gonna see him out just in time, though. Does keep his life for now, being a bit of a distraction, but now the repush has to come out from DZ Creeper and Squirtyay here. He has Uber charge. Whether or not they want to use this early, we don't know, because they need to get the medic pick if anything, but with Pup going down, no Soldierman, it's going to be so hard to actually get onto the medic. Sin Karma jumps forward for some space, will need to get back onto the beam, and now they're attaching to their scout. They want to Uber here, but Ubers have a Hyphen in 5%. They didn't go in time, and now it's just going to be an Uber v Uber exchange, but they lose Wish.
Yeah, they lose the ad and then they lose their scout, and it looks like they're going to lose the push as well. Point not capped, but granted, Wish is the only one dead. They will find one onto Honesty on flank. The flank could repush, could be coming through in a big way right now. Dur forced out. It is fully belongs to Squirtyay. Oh, Dur, they're going to find Pup on his own health pack. Takes him out, stops the flanker. Nurk's gonna fall next. The Cap's gonna come through, but they're just extending their spawners.
DZ, there's a spy on him. He doesn't see it. It's gonna be the rocket. Dur takes down DZ as well. The sequence that Dur just had was amazing. He won the flank fight, forced the heavy out of flank, and then got the med pick. He just did so much work in that fight, and with that, all the momentum swings back in favor of Team Fun. No Uber for DZ, no time on the clock, and they're just in another uphill battle once again.
Yeah, I mean, had again some glances of potential, right, where they won that flank fight, but then Pup going down, just not able to convert on it. And here comes that, you know, not quite forward, but aggressive hold on the point. Hyphen playing close on the enemy team's shed. Joey trying to walk up, gonna go down instantly. They needed to force this Uber with 5 seconds, but it's gonna run into overtime. Paharo on point, gonna have to decloak just to try to get cap time. Stall it for a second, but that's all it is, and we are on map point already for Team Fun, up 3-0.
Yeah, that's their best round by 1 second. They had a 148 left on their opponent's last round, so getting better and better are Team Fun with every round that passes on.
They had 148 left. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So they're 1 second better this time. But
correct.
Yeah, like you said, one more round. All that they need to take their own map pick of Proot. It was never really in question, you know, that they were the favorites to take their own map pick, especially because they're so dominant on Koth with the DM advantage. But it's going by very quickly, as you're saying. One last chance for Squirtyay to put the brakes on this one, maybe get themselves a chance in Proot. We'll see if they can do it. Side swap coming out from the comment. They're trying to push across point. They have some picks to work with.
Lenny and Carson, it's going to be a big blank out next, so no scout, and they've only lost their spy for their trouble. That's going to be a pretty quiet back out, as it looks like a sack even coming in from Karma.
Hits solo DZ. One revolver shot. There you go. AGB hits it at the very end. That 2-man sack does everything for Team Fun. Doesn't matter if they don't win the mid. Hyphen got out alive. DZ Creeper did not.
Sin Karma, the freak, coming in, getting 149 onto DZ Creeper, serves it up on a silver platter for AGB, who is more than happy to collect on that metapick. And in the reverse of what we saw in the first minute, it will be Squirtyay winning the mid fight, but without their medic. And I trust that that Team Fun will be a little bit more successful with the full Uber ad than we've seen Squirtyay be in the past.
Dur jumps forward on flank, clears the out first, heavy to walk in. This 1-2 punch is devastating. Dur over the top hits DZ Creeper at half HP, keeps his life even. Point gonna get flipped back in favor of Team Fun. They only have to use their Uber to do it. Although Dur and Honesty do go down on flank. Great repush coming out of Squirtyay to catch those players off guard in transition. And now with Pup in behind and Paharo flanking, they're gonna force this Uber.
Yeah, Pup drawing a ton of pressure. He's gonna distract Carson enough to get that, but yeah, DZ unable to come up with Uber. Not sure what percentage he died at. I think it was decently high. Not anything super close though. Yeah, but yeah, losing their mentor is really gonna sting.
Yeah, they can't get the kill onto Hyphen in trade, so Hyphen again with another Uber advantage. Time gonna be even on the clock though, so at least Squirtyay got some ground in the round, but like you said, no Uber ad means that they're on the back foot once again. It's kind of close though, it's only 10-15% disad, give or take, so it won't be too far. Both teams are gonna up the dry fight here, and Percy peeking. If he could find the pick on Lenny, it'd be huge. Both snipers are peeking into each other. Percy gonna drop down though. Now Sin Karma walks forward onto Joey, takes him so low.
Over on the flank side, they were able to find Honesty, but Nurks and Pup both died for it. Pickles, Percy, Wish, all going down next. And, I mean, every time it feels like it's one step forward for Squirtyay, it's just 2 steps back.
Yeah, fortunately, DZ Creeper is out with the Uber charge, so even though they're now in the time deficit, they're only down about 30 seconds. They will have a chance to make good on it. Look at Dur, he's standing on the frog spot. If you could find an early force here, it'd be huge. They're buffing him up. He's going for it over the top. doesn't find the medic. He's caught out alone. They are going to get tons of kills though. Nurx, Pup, Percy all bleeding, and all of a sudden, numbers advantage. Wait, did they?
Whirlpool theory here. We got a whirlpool here in HL as the Squirtyay combo flanked the Team Fun combo, getting close to the point, but with Dur in that backline, causing a menace right now. Will eventually go down. That's going to be the heavy respawn for you. Honesty stabbed out is also the point. Will finally come back for Squirtyay, but they are more than a minute down right now.
Yeah, they are going to get the capture in just a second. We're waiting for Wish to spawn, which is good. They want him to get back here and start chipping down these players, so they're going to get him up. DZ Creeper on about a 10% ad, and they're going to stack onto the flank area. This has been their preferred method of holding, and it works well if you can hold it. Percy scoping down it. If he can get this pick onto Lenny, it'd be big for extending the hold. They are going to see him scouting out that sniper on the angle, so we'll see now what Team Fun Off to do. Lenny opens up onto Pajaro for revenge. He tried to revolve him in the back, and he said, no thank you.
Yeah, they're going to find Dur too, so not too much flank pressure. Uber comes out on flank, though. They're going to get Dur and Honesty, but that's about it. Hyphen now having ad 90%, and he's in main already ready to use right there. And you needed to have a better defensive Uber there if you're Squirtyay.
Yep, Carson will go down, means that there is a numbers advantage in favor of Squirtyay. They're walking forward. A lot of damage goes down onto them, and Dur and Blank gonna go down. Joey hits a good pipe at the end, and this Uber gets 0 kills once again for Team Fun. Lenny caught on the back foot. There's an engineer on him of all classes. Will be able to SMG him down, but the spy not gonna miss. Paro takes down Lenny for a bit of revenge there, and point goes back in favor of Squirtyay. They're gonna have time ad and Uber ad.
Yeah, Joey just went nuclear, just spamming into the opponent's stone ramp right there. Yeah, they're going to wipe up that post-Uber real quick. Hyphen again, a fantastic surf. Overbats the lift. Not the first time this has happened.
AGP.
But Carson going to go down. Sin Karma next, and Blank. They're going to pick 2 back up, but that push is likely going to be stalled with the Scout and Demo dead right there. They are losing some flank pressure, but Pup's getting good spam. It hits Honesty and Dur super low. Honesty now, free kill to anyone that looks at him.
Yeah,
Oh, good arrow.
Lenny is scoped on this. They can't push Honesty because Lenny would take them down. It will be Pup jumping over the top, though, finds the kill onto that heavy. Now they're going to Uber into the backline. Pup is going to get taken down, so no flank pressure coming out onto the enemy medic. We do see Hyphen and Simkama are on Cliff, separate from the rest of their team. Nerf's going to drop in the meantime, so no defensive heavy out for Squirtyay. They have to hold on to point. 20 seconds left on the clock. Percy going to go down, means that Lenny has free reign. You have to be so wary of the sniper. DZ trying to heal his Devilman up, but Cap goes back in favor of Team Fun.
Yeah, it will go back, but Blank's gonna get killed off right away. Sin Karma hit really low. Bomb coming in from Pup, gonna get the force out. Nurx, Pickles, and Pup all go down, but they got that force. It's gonna be decent ad for DZ, and they have the time advantage. All they need to do here is keep DZ alive, get this Uber, recap, and they can get on the board.
Yep, Lenny hits a good fadeaway onto Johnny after he denies that entire Uber, so they will have to wait for him to respawn to get out here. Dur, bit far forward, will get the jump out, very barely keeps his life. Important there is he's been such a big force for Team Fun as they're on the back foot for the first time. DZ Creeper now up on 80%. It's all coming together for Squirtyay. They just have one more push to make good on time going low. We'll see if they can do it.
Yeah, Lenny looking in the corner right here, trying to get that cross angle. Has the sightline up to Joey, not gonna hit it. Uber comes out right here. In they go. Sin Karma taken out in midair. There's the body shot. Hyphen kites over to Cliff, but they will lose more than they gain on this. Nurx and Pup mulched in on flank. AGB looks to maybe claim another. No, we'll go for someone else. DZ though, snipe. Lenny gonna find Wish right after. And despite the fact that they were so close, they're gonna wipe here almost. Lenny finds Johnny for the hat trick, and as good as it looked, I think it's gonna be a 4-0 in favor of Team Fun.
Yeah, they got so close. AGB gets his funny spawn camp. Yeah, but not gonna matter. That's a 4-0 for Team Fun. Props to Squirtyay for being competitive in that last round. They had the best chance to take this one of any of the rounds. They got so close, but like you said, that Uber just did not find enough. In the meantime, the heavy got backstabbed. They lost another player as well on the flank, and after that happened, they just didn't have enough players left over in post. Lenny just dropped off and started railing off headshots, and it was just over from there.
Yeah, just again, the DM fight's constantly going in favor. It felt like, I mean, we saw Joey get that one, nuke right for the repush on the stone side, but for the most part, it felt like anytime Squirtyay tried to walk up, they just lost people. Even if they had advantages, right? They push into a 9v7, and just getting onto point turns it into a 7v7. Maybe they still get the point anyway, right? But it's so difficult to maintain those advantages at snowball time when you're just constantly bleeding players.
Yeah, and with that 4-0, we're going to be moving on to Swiftwater. It's now sudden death for Squirtyay. They have to win this map here to keep their chances in the season alive, keep the chances of that bracket reset. Otherwise, it's going to be Team Fun winning the season without dropping a single map the entire season. We'll see if they can do it, but we mentioned in the lead-in that of all the maps we could be playing here on 2, this one probably has the best odds of success for Squirtyay besides maybe a steal.
Yeah, and Swiftwater is just a map where, Swift is in the name, right? As long as the map can feel like it can drag on sometimes, all it takes is getting that one really good quality pick, and you can snowball the majority of the map just off of second, right? Second is a point that is very defensive favored, but should something go wrong, you can take that almost directly into last if you play your cards right, where with the meta we've seen of teams rotating in between the upper and the lower ways to push in, all it takes is one spy getting a good decloak in, or one well-timed offensive sniper peek from side tunnel. You find the enemy team's med, and you can kind of mulch them right there. You get enough flank pressure in, you keep their gun down for long enough that you force them into uncomfortable positions, more than possible to stop a clean back out into third and take that kind of momentum. Because at this point, right, you kind of have to feel that if the longer the game goes, right, the more it is going to be in favor of Team Fun. They're going to play more consistent, right? If you're Squirtyay, you want to try to find that one explosive pick early on, gain that momentum, and never let it go. Whether that's off of a really good spy play, something like a flog coming out in upper, crits coming in on offense. You need something to get that ball rolling, and then you just gotta hope that it doesn't stop.
Definitely, and I'm looking at these logs on the screen right now. The thing that immediately caught my eye is that Pup has 30 deaths about, and Blank has 36 kills top fragging, right? So Pup almost has as many deaths as the top fragger on the opposing team. Another thing, Dur has as much damage as his Demo Man. Both of them are at 480 DPM. Dur was doing so much work. We called his name out of quite a few times on that map for being like a big player in fights, but he just was doing so much damage. And that's what Proot affords you when it's such like a tight map in compared to like a lakeside where there's a lot more room to dodge, a lot more areas where you won't necessarily eat spam. If your soldier knows how to play the angles on Proot, where to jump, and when to get on those roofs, they can just wreak havoc.
Yeah, and something else too is that I want to point out the damage gap between Dur and Pup, because Soldier's a class sometimes where you can get good damage numbers by power feeding, right? It's just every life you spawn, you get a buff, you whip someone, you go soaring into their combo, right? You play Muma Soldier, maybe you go like 15 and 30, but you get some good damage numbers. The fact that Dur has so many less deaths than Pup, and yet he still has so much more damage means that Dur's deaths aren't coming from him, or Pup's deaths, excuse me, aren't coming from him sacking in and, dying to try to get combo plays. He's just getting, DM diffed on flank.
Yeah, a lot of the times, to be fair, he's trying to go behind, but he's just getting demolished out of the air. Like, he's getting stared at by 3 people because there's very little pressure coming elsewhere. When you have Lenny shutting down the front lines, you don't have to worry about too many things running at you, especially because at one point Lenny was dominating Wish. If your sniper is dominating the opposing scout, then, like, what's going to run at your dome, man? What is he scared of?
Yeah, and I mean, compare that against Blank, who over 4 rounds had 7 deaths.
Yeah, so much work being done by the Blank classes.
Just under twice a round. That means that any time Joey wants to attempt to do anything, he has Blank just dancing around his head, hitting him for, 60 damage mid-range shots over and over again. And that has got to be hell for a Demo Man.
Yep. Moving on to Swiftwater now, those both teams loading in. Predictions up 1.55 to 8 is what the number I have on my screen now. Maybe a bit behind, but I'm surprised that how many people gave Squirtyay the round. We are saying Squirtyay do have a chance here compared to any other map that could have been picked, but judging by how dominant Team Fun have been, the showing they gave us on Proot, and just how strong they are overall this season, I feel like they're very overwhelmingly favored here.
Oh, look at these time preds. Maxing out at 7 up. There's an 850. Okay.
Average 6 minutes Swiftwater offense. For those unfamiliar, the average time on Swiftwater for an offense is probably around like 8 to 9 minutes.
That's what I was just about to say, the exact same thing, yeah. I mean, just like every match kind of has its own meta, right? Where like sometimes that may skew a little bit longer, sometimes that skews a little bit shorter, but if you get anything under 8 minutes, you're like, alright, this is a very holdable time. Anything under 7 is good, anything under 6, and that's pretty blazing, because Swiftwater is unlike all the other payload maps where you do have 5 points, right? First, admittedly, is a giveaway, but first is a giveaway on most maps, and there's only 4 points. So the potential for holds on Swiftwater is just that much longer.
Yeah, and because the card has so much track to go through, there's a lot of time to stabilize. The only point on Swiftwater that you can really snowball through instantly is second to third. Where if you wipe them on second, you can get stickies on their spawn shutter on third, fast enough that you get that one. Other than that, defense pretty much always has a chance to stabilize, you know, push out, get a hold going somewhere, so that's why those times tend to extend longer than any of the stopwatch. Gate's about to drop. This is the last chance for Squirtyay starting here on the defense. We'll see if they can hold Team Fun to a decent time.
Yeah, and honestly, I think if Squirtyay had the choice here, I would have started on offense. You want to get the momentum coming in. Pyro coming in, they're going to find Blank on cart. Honesty dies to traps as well, so that's a lot of the cart pushers down. Should help milk a few extra seconds right there, so not the worst play, but I do think in a situation like this, right, you do not want to let Team Fun set the pace here. I'm normally a much bigger fan of starting on defense as Squirtyay has done here, because pushing your own time tends to help, but I think with the momentum game that they need to play if they want to win this here, starting on offense, you know, coming out with some kind of big explosive strategy to get that lead and put up a really quick time and really put the screws onto Team Fun would have been maybe a better decision here.
Yeah, Pahara with an interesting spot. He's close in tunnel, actually, watching to see who goes through, so he won't see when they enter up top if they do enter. He has actually decloak on Lenny and finds him. That's a pretty good entry pick to find, because now you don't have to worry about that sniper getting cheeky angles. We will see the Team Fun combo move up towards apartments, and it's going to be, looks like a Pyro Scout demo Uber. No Soldier coming through, just going to be a Scout tanking through onto the Dome, and 1-2 shots, and he will get the Uber out of the opposing team, so Blank going to lose life for it, but decent amount of damage being dealt. They do force that Uber charge. So now we're likely going to see the offense try and rotate back down into tunnel.
And if you notice, the second they got the red Uber out, they immediately bailed. There was no attempt to actually push that. I think that's why they took the Scout in. They just wanted to get pressure onto Joey, put pressure onto DZ then in order to force that Uber, and get out, and then try to re-push from ground, knowing that they can't get Ubered on here. You know, we will see the team, the Squirtyay combo drop down to play outside of the tunnel, you know, as is the meta these days.
I love what they're doing right now, by the way. They're sending their heavy soldier up to apartments right now with the Spidey cloak. They find the kill onto Percy, so sniper ad going in favor, but the gun didn't get sat. It takes down Dur and AGB. He can't get that onto that one, so it's going to stay alive. And now Sin Karma, under threat of the gun, gets wrangled at him. He gets taken very low. I like the idea of the play, right? You have your soldier heavy, flank out through up top while the defensive combo drops low.
Here on this corner.
Yeah, 50 HP, can't get a sandwich quite yet, just going to try and keep his life. He does not want to force or even drop this Uber. Lenny caught in the side tunnel means that they don't have to worry about a sniper getting an angle on him, though.
Yeah, it looks like the regen will come in right here as, who was that? That's Joey, looking like he kind of wanted to play around up. I think he's actually getting on the dispenser just to get ammo, though. So the Uber's going to come out through main, solo onto Johnny right now until Wish gets brought back into it. Good job stuffing. Really nice. Dur and Honesty going to go down in upper on that same kind of sack play. We saw the battalions coming out from Pup, who had slowly built that up. So successful defense coming in right now. They're going to find AGB. That'll stop any kind of wildcard plays from coming through for a bit. And, you know, I said you want to start offense, but if you start defense, this is exactly what you want to see.
Yeah, good, very well timed banner from Pop. Lets Nerks get those 2 shred kills. Although Pickles gets picked off by Lenny. It's a very big frag to find for the offensive sniper. I believe it's his first kill of the round so far. Not starting off too hot, but it is a hard point to play as sniper. The gun is unwrangled, does a lot of damage here, but it can get taken down if anybody looks at it. It's not dying at all. With Percy sniping Sin Karma, no one can shoot this gun. They're chipping at it with scattergun shots, but all of a sudden, the engineer's back alive. Joe finally gets onto it. Now the upper play does come through. Nerk's gonna go down.
Yeah, honestly, third time's the charm. Finally gets in. We'll get some kills out before he goes down. But AGB now backed out into third. Comes in from behind right here. Gonna see, can he find anything? No one even notices. He's calling for men right there. The disguise almost worked. Not gonna find the stab.
I like it. He was heavy disguised, but you know, it's weird that your heavy is actually with your combo here. He almost always goes up top, so bit out of place. We'll get punished for that one. But now we do see DZ Creeper up on 100% Uber again. Both teams have the Uber charge. I want to see what Team Fun opt to do, because this lower pressure with the upper flank hasn't been working out. I want to see if they're gonna rotate their med down. It looks like that's what they're doing. They're probably gonna buff some players and look to go upper. Yeah, they're gonna go upper with like 6 players.
Mantreds check. It doesn't look like they're on.
Nope, and they're just gonna go upper with 6 players. Sticky Trap gets detonated.
Blank's
on
just
nothing.
running in. Yeah. Oh, Honesty goes down immediately. Blank gonna find Percy at upper though. That should not be allowed to happen. Joey's gonna go down as well. DZ still has Uber. He's lost 2 of his players here. Pahar gonna go down as well. But you know that was essentially a sack, and they didn't get the Uber. Gonna have to see if Now, there's no telly near upper, so they're not going to be able to, repush upper off of those spawn differences. Joey spawning up in 1 as well. Should be able to get back to his combo fairly quickly, but it looks like we're going to see a tunnel push come through.
Yeah, massive props to DZ there for not popping their Uber. Now Uber's going to come out of tunnel. Going to be an exchange. A lot better Uber for DZ Creeper and Squirtyay here. They get players forward. They're going to take down Blank on the side. Only 1 kill coming through. Now Jer going to go down to Pickle's shotgun of all things. There might be a mini sentry out somewhere because of that. They do have control of both main and side tunnel, so very good defense. And now Banner popped out from pop in post. Percy going to snipe down X Hunter in the end. So now all of a sudden they're just holding strong here. The Banner comes out in post at the perfect timing, and it doesn't look like Squirtyay are giving this up anytime soon.
Oh, Zach, you either die a cough team or you live long enough to see yourself choose stopwatch right now. Squirtyay are really feeling it here on this second hold. Percy had a bit of a slow start, but he is fully warmed up right now. Going to find, I think, his 3rd or 4th kill of the hold onto Sin Karma just through the main tunnel, and no demo means they can't ever get sustained pressure out. Hunter's going to try to tap cart, doesn't take too much damage for his troubles, but just nothing to work off of at all right here.
Oh, DZ's low. If there's a Spiner by, they could try to get on him. AGB gets bumped at spawn, so they know that Pickle's there. He's going to decloak on Pickles. Pressure revolver down.
Just drops DZ with the W1-1!
Yeah, you can't have that happen at all. DZ just a really awful timing for that drop to happen. And now free Uber out here from Team Fun. They're losing players though. Despite that drop, they were not able to make it out of tunnel. The Sentry Gun, the Joey Lemons pipes, the Wish Scatter Gun, all of it combined to take down 4 players. Although with the spawn advantage firmly in favor of the offense, they will be able to cap this one up in the end. It took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and a pyro drop, but it happens. Team Fun do get through second here.
Yeah, we talked last time, I think, about how there's some times where you as a medic say, I'm not forcing to that. When you're at 30 HP and a pyro runs at you in grand finals, you pop to that. Yeah. I mean, great job by Squirtyay to try to clean it up. And look, this is the type of role we were talking about in the lead-in, though. Right? Just post it up on the spawn doors. Stickies on one door, pyro and a sniper on the other. Absolutely nothing for Squirtyay to do here. I mean, 6.5 minutes is enough time that you'll trade second and third for that, right? Because more often than not, you lose second, and you just end up losing third in less time regardless, right? Probably looking at 7 minutes through 3, which I'd take 7 minutes to the Swiftwater every time for the rest of my life.
Big jump!
But DZ just jumps forward!
Right into DZ's face, hits an immediate direct. That was an amazing bomb from Dirk. He just was a heat-seeking missile on that one. Now free Uber out here for Hyphen and Team Fun. Soldier gonna go high up, not able to find it. Joey Lemons goes down as well. And what looked like a good situation for Squirtyay there to hold forth, get a lot of good time going. They're just gonna get snowballed on once again. They're getting jumped on. They're getting held over the top. Wish getting sniped down. Lenny's posted. Oh, Lenny's taking out everyone.
Wish and Joey. I just heard another headshot go off, probably onto Nurks. Gonna be finished off by Durr right there. Johnny gonna have to try to flee for his life. Percy and Pickles have to back out through the spawn, and I mean, there's the roll, right? 6:23 through second. We're gonna see sub 8 through 4.
Yeah, it's a 7:35. Remember, average time is about 8 to 9 minutes. If you have that time, normally you're fine with it. But if you're Squirtyay here and you have that second hold and you get to the 8-9 minute mark, you're feeling disappointed that you could not squeeze more out of it.
Last week's vigil.
Yeah, it really is. Honesty goes into flank. We'll trade his life for pop. No defensive soldier means he can't actually build up a banner, which hasn't big for them. So that'll be a trade. Honesty is fine with taking. Paharo gonna get out of dodge for now as both teams looking to post up. Uber coming out of the side window from Team Fun. They get onto Nerds before they have Uber in response. Johnny gonna die. 1 HP for DZ. Does not drop to the pyro this time. Pops out onto the cart. Air blast coming out, but Hunter will lose his life. Wish with a couple of good cleanup kills to get those players off the cart. And it was a good Uber attempt to get forward. But AGB takes down Pickles, and yeah, they're gonna keep sapping. There's no sentry gun.
Yeah, just not enough players on the cart. Not enough bodies. They keep getting knocked off. Honesty stalling them, not enough body.
Oh my god.
And that is going to be one of the ugliest
collapses
I've seen in a while.
That was such a big collapse from Squirtyay there. They did everything they needed to do on second. Holding second for that long is one of the most difficult things that you can do on the map. It's like, you need to understand perfectly what the other team's going to do and how to respond to it, because we saw they shut down the upper place twice. They shut down the upper Uber twice. They shut down the upper sack, and they shut down the tunnel Ubers. But at the end of the day, it does not matter if you cannot get a single other hold going. 8:30. That's a quote-unquote average time, but like I said, you're disappointed if you're Squirtyay.
Yeah, although admittedly, right, I would have taken the under on that time, 100% of the time, after what we just saw in Proot. So, I mean, small victory, right, that you still have an average time against this team, and you put yourself in a perfectly fine position to win the round, but, you know, the sting of what could have been will definitely hurt.
Yeah, although, like you said, it's not over yet by a long shot. Again, average time, Squirtyay, this is their map pick. They played very well in Swiftwater in the pregame from what we saw, so this is their chance, right? They need this round. If they don't get this round, they're going to be feeling it for the rest of the season in all likelihood, which may not be very long. Shovel! Doesn't hit it.
Oh, no
I
spoon.
appreciate it. Normal sacks coming out here. Johnny gets walked up on. AGB does not get his kill onto the pyro there, as I believe Wish was on the toys there. I heard a cleaver, or blank rather. A cleaver, yeah, a cleaver's trying to mash people in the face, so trying to get some damage. ×2 on the car right now. Should be ×3.
Durr goes down, not able to back out with any banner progress he may have built. Yeah, fine, doubles up on the Hunter too, so.
Yeah, dominating Hunter, if anything. And now, like you said, no banner means that they won't have the option available. Pajaro, though, gets a bit too ahead of himself, gets taken down. Not going to be there for any potential sacks or loopers that come through.
Pup getting aggressive there. Wanted to try to, you know, maybe capitalize on some of those kills. Accidentally got Pajaro caught out, I'm pretty sure, as he was crossing through tunnel.
Yep. Now the combo for Squirtyay lining up in upper. They have the soldier with them. I don't see man-treads though, so it's going to Uber some combo classes through from what it looks like. They're whipping the heavy. Heavy soldier walking through, trying to get this force. They get instantly just blown up by the sticky bombs. Yeah. It's an uncommon backstab.
Pajaro finds the pick.
Yeah, they don't get the force though, which is what they wanted. Granted, they didn't pop, so it's not an Uber trade for Uber trade, so they're not that sad about it, but they really did want that Uber force. End of the day though, Sin Karma's still on a respawn time.
Still dead though, yeah, Nerk's just TP'd in here. They can go. I mean, is there a telly to upper? It is at the bottom of the stairs, but it won't be in position to deny this right away.
They're gonna go anyway. Sticky's over the top, gonna be air blasted a bit by the pyro here. Uber now. It's not getting popped. They can't get the damage. So much work by Hunter there. They needed more than just a dome, and Hunter reflected everything and took no damage in return. I was waiting for the right click. Oh, surely they need to pop here. Surely here. No, they never needed to pop at all.
And that's why teams have started pushing main, kids. It's so easy for a pyro to do. Well, I say so easy, you know.
It's impressive.
Pyro players, am I right, guys?
Doable, right?
But it's totally possible for pyros to completely stuff a full Uber push without a beam, not needing anything. Nerks and Pup gonna go down. DZ stabbed in upper. The humiliation from AGB. They are gonna find the kill onto AGB, but that is it. And I mean, second, you know, really is. If you want that momentum, you need to get at least that first domino falling. But it's always the hardest one to tip over, and nothing working so far for Squirtyay.
So here's where we need to see the playbook get open for Squirtyay, right? Because
man treads.
The normal thing that happens is you trade Ubers in upper, then you go lower, right? But you don't have that Uber trade anymore. You're operating a full Uber dissad, trying to make something happen.
They're gonna find honesty. Yeah, that works. The Uber's forced out into tunnel. They're gonna walk forward here. DZ forced to back out. If he can make it to the shutter, he's probably safe. He's kites away from it. DZ, why?
They're trying. DZ barely makes it out for now, but Blank gets him at the end. It was so close.
Kids watching at home, that shutter is a blue-only shutter. Red cannot open that shutter from either side, I believe. DZ walks through that, he's out.
I'm not sure. Yeah, but DZ could get out, because, yeah, he won't be able to open it from that side anyway, but instead, he's going to lose his life. Hyphen now up on 20% ad, and they're back in. Banner popped out here from the defense. Dirt walking forward, getting some control of tunnel without one. Percy gets stabbed for, I believe, the second time in tunnel, not able to make anything happen so far. And now they're back into holding the stairs, and we saw what happened last time. They got the apartments hold going. Nothing worked at all for Squirtyay here. That was their best chance, and it just doesn't work out for them. They got the gun, they got the heavy, they got everything, and instead lose their medic, lose their Uber ad, and they're gonna have to start from scratch again.
Almost half the time gone already, if not more than that, as they dip to 4.5 minutes. Yeah, just over half left. There is Kyphin dropping down with Sin Karma and Hunter. When he's going to find Joey in tunnel, and no demo means that this push not going to have anything. The reason why I've been saying man treads is it's actually a tech we've been seeing a lot to get that force, but the Pyro walking in almost gets the kill again.
Yeah, level 2 Centric built up, gonna aim at Nerks up top. Nerks gets through though. Pajaro trying to find the kill onto the sniper, but not able to find the stab. And with Percy taking down Hunter, there's a bit of a numbers trade coming through from both sides, but both meds up on the Uber now. We have to see what Squirtyay want to do. This time is stretching longer and longer. Only 4 minutes left. The chances that they can get the 3 minutes to 3 points is low, so they need to win this one now.
Yep, Uber out through main, ignoring Sin Karma in the combo. They get good damage onto Honesty, but he will land on the pack. Witch still on him, cleans him up at the cost of his own life. The gun's still alive, though. Gonna make any further push very difficult.
Yeah, S13 kept alive by the rescue ranger from Carson here. Nurx once again going through upper, but taken low. DZ sniped out by Lenny. Where was that?
Just right on tracks. He's just right out on tracks, looking into tunnel. DZ peaked just a little too far.
That's going to just snowball things entirely in the favor of Team Fun here. Now Uber ad once again for Hyphen. Numbers in favor. Carson's gun, or Sentry Gun, is built back up, and nothing has worked for Squirtyay on this offense. They've tried a couple different things, but nothing has stuck, and now 3 minutes left. This was the time that the Team Fun were able to push 3 in, but it's not going to happen for Squirtyay at this rate.
Yeah, it does not look like it's going to happen. I mean, theoretically possible, right? But I don't know if they've ever gotten a pick and the gun at the same time pushing.
They got the heavy and the gun the first time, and there's their pick. Percy with an SPS win onto Lenny. Will lose his life to some sticky traps afterwards. Joey tries to go in for a pipe, but he gets taken down. Blank on a 10k. Banner popped out. Pup can't do any damage to Hyphen, and this banner going to keep them very healthy for now. Pot Hero going for a pick. Surfs all the way away, so good one on that regard. They're actually peeking forward into tunnel with this full Uber at Hyphen wants to get aggressive with it. They will get the kill onto Johnny. Blank now dominating him as they're going to walk backwards.
Hero finds Carson, not able to get the sap off of where he stabbed him, but that gun is vulnerable for the next 8 seconds. Not the longest respawn for Carson, honestly, but there's not spam on this thing soon. Doesn't matter. Carson's gonna respawn, no harm, no foul. Yeah.
They take down Joey, and now this Uber is a solo onto the Pyro. Squirtyay are done in this round. They have nothing going. They can't get the gun. They can't get the medic. They got the gun at least for now, but Blank on an 11k. DZ snipe, like you said, and it's just looking awful for the side of Squirtyay. They had such a good opening here, but they just can't get it across the finish line. 2 minutes left. Still mathematically possible, but let's be honest, this one's over.
Give me another 10 seconds and I think we are no longer mathematically possible
with
where the card is. But yeah, just extreme defense from Team Fun, and that deny by Hunter right there really set the tone. And it's the combination of the deny and just the lack of anything creative, I feel like, on Squirtyay's part. Like, it doesn't sound like innovation, but tanking up Blank and having him just run into upper to get pressure on Joey and get the force out, it's something that you don't see a lot of teams do. Scouts almost never are in upper for, reasons that it's super easy to nail them in the chokes, but they knew that there was going to be an opening that would present itself. They took Blank up there, and he just double mute shot Joey, and even though he's at 260, that forces the Uber right there, right? And then they're able to go down, play the ground, and, work things from there. It felt like we never really saw anything come out of Squirtyay, honestly, that seemed innovative, that seemed to potentially catch Team Fun off guard, and there's so many things you can do on Swift Second.
Yeah, the most we saw of them is they tried to put the heavy soldier through upper. Nurx tried to get through, but
which is just copying what Team Fun did.
It's a strat, right? But they didn't do it properly where like the heavy was pressuring something for someone else, right? Like at best, Nurx would kill one, then die to the sentry gun, and no one else would do anything.
And look, right there, I mean, it's that time, right? It doesn't super matter, but Nurx had the upper flank and just jumped into the Uber. Like, didn't check, jumped out, landed in the Uber. Is that an entirely fair judgment? No. But as we're talking about the timing on that being wrong, we see it happen directly again. Because, I mean,
it's the pub effect. Only when the time is
right?
zero.
But you still want to at least cap second. It's grand finals. You don't want to be held to, only the free point on the map. There is a little bit of pride involved here.
Yeah, I mean, granted, they were not favored coming into tonight at all. You definitely want to cap if you can. They'll have one more chance here as we go into at least one more round of Swiftwater before the season ends. And yeah, they need to show something different on the second, like you said, because when that deny happened by Hunter and Upper, you just got the feeling that they did not have an idea of how to break this, right? Like, the Uber didn't work. They didn't get the Uber on their first attempt to force it out without popping themselves. And then I feel like all their tunnel pushes were just uninspired.
Since I know it's kind of your baby, did you see Spoo on the Enforcer at all?
No, I don't believe so. I saw him go for a lot of... I saw him butter knife an engineer once and get the sapper on it, which is good enough, right? Like, if you can do that, sure. I saw him go for a couple of sniper picks as well, but at that point, right, the gun isn't like really much. The gun is a problem, right, but it's not the big problem. There's a lot bigger problems you have than the gun, because the spy shooting the gun with the Enforcer is all good, but if you can't even get out a tunnel, if you can't pressure them enough to pop their Uber when you try to go in on them, then it doesn't matter if the gun goes down.
I mean, I suppose, but every time they had picks, it almost felt like, other than, again, that one time you mentioned, the gun wasn't down with it. So they kill someone, and they're like, okay, well, now we have an ad, maybe we can push. But then they lose that advantage pushing the gun anyway. Whereas taking the gun out, I feel like, is something you can do to stage a push, rather than needing to do it in the middle of it. And maybe that helps, but again, just... Yeah. You can run crits, you can run flog, whip a man-tread soldier into upper, and suddenly Hunter's Airblasts don't do anything.
Yeah, the man-tread soldier, you call them multiple times.
Take someone in, get their force, and then just Fist of Steel, build with a heavy, build up a flog. Like, do I think all of those are always great ideas? No. But at that point, you gotta try something. Just running in and over floor and sending your heavy soldier in over and over again is not really working.
Yeah, I mean, you can try it once, but remember what we saw with Team Fun, right? They tried it a couple times, didn't work. Then they actually made the play work, and they got it. It took them a while, but at least they got through. You have to at least get through second to start playing the rest of the map, obviously, right? But, like, we just need to see Squirtyay be a bit more creative, do something different, right? Because, like you said, what they were doing was not working at all. And they'll have
I would have rather seen them sit in upper and just fire off crits after crits.
Yeah, could
hope that you find some kind of kill, get their Uber out, and then maybe get something important and you walk in on it. Like, it's just, definition of insanity, same thing, right? Which, I don't really like that saying, because I think that leans too much into results-based analysis, and you can totally do something that's the right decision, and it not works because the enemy team just, popped off, right? But still, like, it wasn't working. There weren't really pop-offs. It was just they were losing to consistently good play, which means that you gotta mix something up.
Guys, you have to be less brutal these Preds. I'm pretty sure in that 20-minute time is not even possible. 22. Oh, God. We are not favoring Squirtyay at all for this one, for good reason, but that is brutal. It is grand final.
Alright, I gotta throw one in there to offset the balance.
What'd you say? 2-11. I'm pretty sure that was also not possible.
No, I don't think it is.
Yeah. Alright, but that said, Squirtyay, if you're listening at any point, this is your last chance. Show us you got something in these grand finals. Otherwise, you get crowned second place for the season. It's not a bad spot, but Team Fun will just be the undisputed Kings of Highlander if you do that. So one last chance. We'll see if you can do anything on offense here.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, again, not really favorited to win here. I kind of alluded to that last week as well. Like, I think for a lot of the teams, this season was kind of a fight for second, as demoralizing as that may be to say. But they showed up on Proot, which was Team Fun's map pick, and at the very least, were competitive in some rounds, right? There were easily rounds that in another timeline that's pretty close to ours, they at least take one, maybe even 2 rounds on that. That Swiftwater half feels like you're gonna have to jump to a lot of alternate dimensions to find a world where Squirtyay's up 1-0 right now.
Yeah, we'll see if they studied the theory, because they have.
Oh, the cheese bomb from Dur! I'm trying to find DZ, but he's too far back in spawn.
He actually got damage with the DZ. He hit him to like 1 rocket's worth of HP
left.
left.
Yeah, DZ got the kill back, so who's really winning?
That's true. Gets the fadeaway crossbow. Alright, Cart getting pushed up. Bit of fun we had there with that sack over the top, but now times 4 on it, gonna get pushed through as far as they can. Sniper v Sniper up pop up on Cart. If Lenny can interrupt that, he can take some players off that Cart. Hunter gonna go down in front of the gun, pop as well. They're starting with a lot of kills onto the Cart, meanwhile, and now Percy getting the kill on the AGB means that no spy available for the comms on defense.
I just felt the urge to look up the logs from last round, because I don't think we actually looked at them. Hyphen didn't die. Pup went 2-17.
17. That is brutal. Alright, well, this is what we need to see, right?
Yep.
Last time we saw them sack a bunch of players into upper, try to get the force, and then re-pop. It didn't work. So,
courtesy
we'll see if they
round,
do the same thing.
Courtesy round. We take these.
HB dead again on spawn, try to find Percy, not able to get that kill, and now they're lining up for the exchange. I'd like to see some hit scan in there, maybe make the Pyro work a bit harder to stay alive. They're gonna go through the shutter, not Pop quite yet. Pop gets the stickies dead on him.
That might have, I don't know if that was man-treads or not, he just kind of died instantly, so it was hard to tell, but oh, Joey's
this
gonna go
is
down
strange. Their Pyro was in through lower, for like somehow, trying to get pressure onto them. They don't pop, neither team pops, right? This is the same sequence we're seeing from Squirtyay that we saw before. They just sack some players and see what they can find. It didn't work. Now that the cart's a bit closer to the exit of the tunnel, they're probably going to exchange here through upper. The question is it going to be the same classes? Because you need some hit scan this time. It looks like they're bringing their scout in. Wish is going to be in the super.
Interesting. Have to see how this plays out. And yeah, Wish in, but it's a little bit delayed. He will live though. Wish comes in, yeah. Gonna go in and still great denial. Hyphen still doesn't have to use. God. And there's just too many people and they can't all be flashed. And they don't even have to force. They just melt whoever doesn't have the beam on them. And that was a meat grinder.
Yeah, it feels like Team Fun just stood super far back and baited in as many people as they could to their doom, right? Like, they couldn't even shoot onto the medic because there was a big line of defense far back. The Pyro air blasted Wish back into the air, so Wish couldn't get a clean shot on anyone. The stickies did not land true. They were spread out enough through upper. And again, Hyphen does not have to pop this Uber on defense. Squirtyay have made 0 improvements since the first half.
I mean, well, I wouldn't say 0. They brought Wish in.
That's true, they tried, right? But the result is the same.
No tangible improvement.
Yeah, no result.
Yes. But Percy's gonna drop Hyphen, that's a tangible improvement.
Yeah, was that side tunnel? I can't imagine what Hyphen
it was just main. He just caught Hyphen as he dropped down.
He caught him on the rotate close. He didn't get close enough. That drop is actually going to be the catalyst for Squirtyay to do something. Remember, they never had a kill on Hyphen. That is Hyphen's first death of the map, and
they
now
find Carson too. Forward. That's no NG on the gun, no med either. They're going to have to get really close and tunnel right there. Percy, another one onto Dur. No soldier now, no banner. And Hyphen, will be spawning up right now. Gets back into upper, but with no Uber. The Ubers come in from main. They'll be on the floor, and Nurks and Pop in through up are going to find Lenny. They're going to find Hyphen. They're going to find... Who else is that? Hunter eventually. They will go down, but there we go. Turns out the solution all along was just drop the enemy medic.
Yeah, just get your first kill on the enemy medic of the entire map. You can get it through. So we do see they were trying to walk forward. They're trying to snowball onto third, but they're not fast enough onto the shutter. There is a walkout for Team Fun available, and DZ Creeper backstabbed by AGB. That momentum is just dead, and Honesty on a 10K from that side angle.
Honesty was playing the gremlin hole in the forward spawn.
Yeah, and he's on an 11K dominating. That heavy on defense normally dies when he plays upper, but honestly gets out with this kill streak. Speaking of kill streak, Blank on a 5 of his own. Good job getting second Squirtyay, but you weren't able to snowball third. You still have more work to do, right? It is an improvement. We are seeing better things out of them off of the drop, right? You have to now prove you can push a point without getting a drop on Honesty. Or on a Hyphen, rather.
Just feels so cosmically unfortunate that they, we did it, we beat second, let's roll third. Immediately just meat grindered the same way, but through choke this time.
Yeah.
Instead of an upper. Percy will trade out with AGB, gets the stab, so Sniper being down means they can play a little bit more freely here. Don't have to hide in the safety of lower, can get out aggressive as some card pressure, just gonna go get that card up to about as far as it can go right here.
One more! He drops Hyphen! He gets the kill with the Lecharge! That's so his knife got melted on the way in, so he didn't have that knife available. He just hits 4 revolver shots.
Did he full kill it with the pea shooter?
Yeah, full kill. His knife got melted and they didn't notice it. That was insane. So now full Uber for DZ. They're gonna pop it out of Red Room here. Try to go forward. Get Skybox by Sky. Yeah, they do reattach in time. They're going to get onto Joe with Hunter and Blank going down. They're going to get this cap. Both of Honesty's deaths have led to lost points for Team Fun right now. I keep saying Honesty Hyphen.
Keep finding med picks. That's one way to do it. I don't know if it's necessarily sustainable, but after all the bad luck they had in that first round,
then it is sustainable. That's the cheat. Just always kill the medic. Pup in up top, alone, likely going to get taken down here. Yep, will end up losing his life to Blank, and Pipe over the top takes down the mini sentry. So now, Team Fun trying to contest on the top of the hill. Nurk sniped out, Johnny stabbed out, a lot of kills going in favor. AGB doubles up onto Joey Lemons. Percy at least gets the enemy sniper as a silver lining, but they're at, it's actually 66 right now, but Cart at a standstill.
It is getting out into the yard, though, which is really important that it's past that choke. It's no longer going to be a spot where they can farm free frags on it. Percy is playing yard, too. If he's able to find anything here, that might be big.
Soldier over the top. Once again, Pup is standing above them, just raining down damage. Paro in, does not find the pick he wanted there, and Pup again being chased down, will keep his life for now, does another rocket, and the point is capped just like that. They had enough time on it and enough space, they were able to get it. 6 minutes through 4 points, that's looking pretty good. All of a sudden for Squirtyay, it came off the back of some unconventional methods, but if you get the time, that's all that matters.
They're just playing in tracks right now. Joey's so aggressive, but he goes down. Yeah. That is tragedy. They wanted to use that Uber right away. but they will lose their demo man. And I mean, not the worst timing, right? They still have more card time to get there. They can reposition, take lobby, have Joey come in maybe and take their Uber like they would have normally, but still, you know, having the brakes kind of forcibly put on like that will definitely give some momentum back to Team Fun.
Yeah, not the worst thing in the world, though, is the time is still very good for Squirtyay. This is a massive improvement from what we saw in the first round, just on the time scale. Lenny picks off Wish, means no scout available for this lobby push. They're going to be spammed out right now by Dirk. I want to see if he's close to that banner, because if he's able to get this in time, it'd be very big for them. They're walking into left side, seeing what they can find here. Sniper scoping opposite side, Soldier trade, or rather Sniper trade for Soldier. That's a good one.
Yeah, DZ had to cross that sideline, and Lenny not able to hit the shot, goes down, or Lenny, excuse me, goes down shortly thereafter. DZ still alive in that right lobby. Spam comes back to the window. Both demos are going to go down, but AGB, 3 of a kind, Joey, Percy, and Nurks. That's about as good of a 3K you can get without finding a medic, and that is going to completely revert that push.
Yeah, they didn't actually pop their Uber and they weren't stayed too far forward. They got punished for it, so it's not the worst thing. But now all of a sudden time is starting to bleed out. Great play there by AGB. Buys at least another 30 seconds before this Uber can even get set up once again. So they're going to try again. They're going to try the same avenue of entry. Again, the spy's there. He does have to cloak out, though. They found him. AGB not getting that one this time.
DZ's had the same Uber for nearly 2 minutes at this point.
Yeah, gets taken though, gets a sandwich this time, and there are a banner, get a banner pop out from the defense here. Dirk getting that one up.
Oh no, they're going through top left. Hunter, he's not there. They're able to get past. And Honesty's gonna go down, so they find one. The gun is hurt, but they're gonna be forced back. The heavy pick, all they're gonna get for that. Lenny goes down next though, so things are slowly going in Squirtyay's favor.
Yeah, but Lenny and Dirk getting shot down means that there's a man at Joey Lemons gets cleared by Hunter. They do get the gun for it though. Without a demo man though, it's so hard to walk out. Percy though shuts down Honesty with a headshot. They're getting more kills. Yeah, Carson's dead. They can stack the cart. Pirate treasure front. Hunter is alone.
No one's there. They're so far over, but Hunter saves Johnny. Gets the air blast in, and they're gonna hold it for now.
He's over the top, shoots down onto the pirate. They should get this. It's just the demo man here gets blasted off the cart, bumped around like a pinball, and that's the cap up 8:48. That's about as good as the offense that, you know, Team Fun had there. They were a bit slower, but like only by a couple seconds. You have to imagine, right, if they can do the same thing they did on second and actually get a hold somewhere else, they can do this.
Pup really flipped the switch after that 2-17 half right there. He got in super deep, took out Carson up top, and just abused the high ground and got so much damage off in that fight. Consistently just free hitting on people non-stop. Good to see him turn it around there. And I mean, again, 8:48. It's about what they held for.
Yeah, Square showing up all the people who preded them 20-minute times. They get the sub 9 minute, so still a pretty good time for Square. Like we said, though, they have to prove that they can hold this. This is their last chance of the season. If they can't get a 9-minute defense, then they're going home tonight. Right now, we'll have to see if they can do it.
Yep, as could potentially be season point right here, where either, you know, in right about 9 minutes, either we will have our season 13 winners, or Squirtyay will have caused the Giants to bleed and will be continuing this match.
Yep, Gates about to drop. I want to see what shenanigans we have on first, because it's never been a normal first so far. Someone's always trying to do something crazy. We had the spoon, we had the spawn jump.
Oh, Miss Frizzle, I just want a normal field trip.
With Durr? No way. Oh, they're going over the top. He's trying to shovel again. Didn't work again, but I like it.
And he's going to find Johnny, so that's 1 kill in. AGB, don't think he got spotted there. He will cross into tunnel. Goes for the decloak. Oh, he's going to get Pup. No banner right there. That's big enough, and that's going to force the back out.
Yeah, taking out these defensive soldiers is a big deal, because that banner does so much work when you're able to pop it out in time. And now we see Dirk jumping forward. Does he have an offensive banner? He does.
What is that? Is that a conch or a battalion?
No, it's a battalion's.
I was hoping it'd be a buff banner. That would be the spice.
That's how you get through upper. You just shoot a couple crit stickies through and it does enough damage, you get the force off, but you know, it will be that normal battalion. It's still strange for the offensive soldier to have a banner like that, but it is going to be the normal setup from the side of Team Fun, grouping up the usual players in up top. Wish Ubering through, seeing what he can find. Air blast coming through. Oh, it gets an immediate meat shot. That's a difference in the power positioning there, because Hunter would have air blasted the scout into the skybox. Johnny just doesn't get it quick enough.
Yeah, and they get the exchange, which again is really all they wanted. Yeah, they lose a couple players, but that Uber is not designed to win the point. It's designed to flush the defensive Uber.
Yeah, because once you get the defensive Uber out, they're forced to drop low ground here. AGB, very long walk up, not going to work out, gets seen just in time to save his Demo Man's life. So now all of a sudden, both teams holding on the low ground, 50% Uber, high ground players. Who's going to be going up there? It is Dur alone right now. Dur going to be solo in the apartments. We'll have to see what kind of havoc he can cause through the up top. Sentry gun wrangled outside the window on that platform, so not over in the middle where it was last time. This will mean it's harder for the Spy to get in and get that butter knife sap.
And Johnny going to get the headshot by Lenny there. No pyro to deny a potential mate Uber. Maybe big right there. It's going to give them way more ground than they might have normally. Wish called over to the combo to serve as a replacement. Yep, here comes in that scout Uber again. They're going to ignore him and go right into the tunnel. Honesty and Dur go down. Pup stabbed out, so no banner in post. But Blank
is upper.
Runs up, and with the gun wrangled, he's going to find Percy and Nerds.
Yeah, and then DZ gets sniped on the back out immediately. Great job by Lenny posting on that one in the end. The gun is still alive, but it has not denied anything. Lenny gonna pick up Joey as well. Now we'll take down the gun with his body shot, and AGB is in the backline. Butter knifing Pickles gets the teleporter, and that was just a complete collapse from the defense of Squirtyay. They just got ran through and upper and lower.
Yeah, you know, the Swiftwater second meta, Scout Ubers. With a gun up. Yeah.
They're trying to deny the third solo really hard, but AGB's in the backline. If he could find a med pick, it'd be huge. He gets no one. It was so close to finding a pick, and now the defense gets to stabilize. Pup found the kill onto Dur, won that soldier v soldier. Sin Karma gets sniped as well, so they will be able to get the third holdout, and now the banner out from Pup. The conch actually instead.
The stabilize comes in. I mean, the conch, I understand why Battalions is the better banner, but I personally like the regen on the conch, and I mean, maybe it's just, you know, what they want, and I wouldn't be surprised if you hear a banner that people aren't going to immediately tell that it's a conch and advertise. The Uber, though, comes in from IT. DZ at 98, goes down to 99! Just too greedy with the positioning there. DZ not able to pull out the Uber there, will go down. That's going to be third. Pickles caught out with her sentry gun, trying to escape, and what would have started to look like maybe they can pull out a hold is suddenly going to be a lot harder.
I really, really hate to say it, but DZ's legacy this playoffs is going to come down to 99% death. It's happened so many times in the matches this playoff bracket, and it could haunt them one last time. They need to stabilize here. They have 5 minutes left to defend. They're trying their best, but Percy gets stabbed immediately, and now Lenny with free reign takes down Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, some kills, but they're going to lose Nerks right there. DZ's caught kind of in no man's land. Good pipe from Joey to save his medic right there from the fearsome engineer running at him with a shotgun. But look at this aggro positioning from Lenny. Wanted to maybe try to get a quick scope. Going to be forced back. Dur taken out. No soldiers to kind of bomb in and cause havoc, but DZ hit up low from those stickies, and everything's so touch and go for them right now.
Yep, Uber comes out from Team Fun here over the top, trying to get whatever kills they can. DZ caught out on the stairs, can't get up there in time. Blank, easy shots take him down. And now Hyphen, another Uber at to play with. They're going to get this fourth capture, as there's no defensive players left here at all to stop this. Pajaro gets caught out, gets flamethrowered, knife melted all the way back to spawn for him.
Yeah, losing DZ there hurts because just potentially he gets out and AGP gonna spawn.
Oh my god, he's spawn camped. Oh no.
That's
now
nasty.
It's gonna be like a 60% ad for Hyphen and Team Fun. They have an easy route in. The red carpet is rolled out for them here. Invite Championship waiting at the end of it. Cart now on the final stretch to the end.
Yeah, and I don't even know if they're gonna need to go up. Oh, Pajaro coming in, gonna see what he can find. Takes out Lenny.
Oh, no.
About as good of a pick as you can find, and they're not just gonna walk her right in. It's not that brutal yet. Honesty goes down too. No, Heavy is good. Carson lives a little bit longer than he maybe should have. There's gonna be some drop downs coming down.
Yeah, they forced 3 drop downs, and Pickle's not going to make it out of it in time. Johnny posted on the side here. If Johnny can stay alive, he can do some work with the Uber and immediately takes him down. Wish going down as well. Sin Karma stickies are landing true. Sapper onto the level 1 sentry gun. It's a desperation sack onto the cart. Just a sniper left. Percy goes down. That's going to be it. One last soldier, one last death. Going to be here for Pup, as that's going to be it. Invite champions are going to be Team Fun 2-0 on Swiftwater 4-0, not dropping a single round in Grand Finals.
And that will be it. Your Season 13 champions are Team Fun. Not exactly the most climactic result we've seen, but just really a well-written epilogue in their book of dominance over this entire season.
Yep, only 2 rounds dropped the entire season, both coming in playoff matches. They were just easily the best team we had in Highlander this season, and a fitting end. They showed their dominance. They showed that they are the number one team. They're taking home the first place medal, the bulk of the prize pool, and they get to be champions once again for many of these players.
Yeah, it's just, again, a really, really solid performance by them. And I mean, Squirtyay would have liked to have seen a little bit more in the tank. I mean, some fluctuations on the heart monitor at the end. Wasn't an entire flatline like we thought it might have been in the first half, but yeah, not their best showing. But at the same time, I think they definitely proved themselves over the course of this season, as they were a team that I personally have thought lesser of for a lot of the season. I didn't think they were consistent enough. I thought they weren't strong enough on payload. I didn't think they'd be able to show up in playoffs and win a match where they're forced to play double stopwatch. But they proved me wrong. They've gotten significantly better for the rest of the season. I think they can be proud about that.
Yeah, I mean, silver linings here for Squirtyay. It is second place, but it's second place. You're the second best team. You showed that you definitely have what it takes to make it at the top of Invite. Like you said, we questioned a lot about this team after week one. We saw them just get swept aside by Team Fun, and when in week one you just get rolled by the eventual, by the team you're pegging as favorites to win the season, it doesn't bode well for the perception of you. On top of that, they just kept dropping rounds. They didn't have a single clean match in the regular season, but like you said, improvement came in. They showed their growth as a team, and they will be going home with the second place medal.
Yeah, and I mean,
oh my god, look at the medic deaths over the series. Hyphen has 7 deaths over the series. DZ has 26.
Didn't he only have 7 deaths on? Oh no, they did get Hyphen on Swiftwater. I thought those were all Proot deaths, but no, he only had 3 deaths on Proot. Yeah. I mean, there's some significant diffies all around the logs here.
Blank 80 kills. 100 more DPM than Wish, was an absolute dominant force. Is anyone even close to him on kills? The only person close to him on kills is the Heavy, Honesty. 63, Lenny behind at 62, but Blank just clear of everyone. He just dominated this grand finals.
Yeah, really just had kind of the run of things. I mean, 16 captures too, which is almost double anyone else. I mean, easy enough, right? When your team's rolling on payload and you're constantly you only had 7 deaths, I think, on all of Proot. So consistently staying alive, which is, I mean, what a scout needs to do. You look at his KDA and it's 5.1. That's 110 to 21, basically.
Yeah, stay alive, get all the kills, get all the cleanup, and then be there to cap the point in the end. Blank just everywhere this grand finals. But yeah, I mean, we can start logs all we want. At the end of the day, it really was just Team Fun are the better team. They showed all season that was to be the case. And, a couple hiccups in the rounds dropped, a couple times where their opposition was close. But, that's the nature of Highlander. Sometimes, the variance gets to you. That said, I believe a season where you drop 2 rounds is about as consistent as you can get.
Yeah. And, both of those came in BO3s too, so it doesn't even really show up on the on the match history. So a clean season from them. I mean, I remember too, coming into the season, right? We were thinking about how it doesn't look as dominant of a roster as maybe we've seen from the Jacob Hyphen stack in the past, but I think they proved that they may have been one of the better Jacob Hyphen stack teams overall. So definitely, again, just dominance from them all season. We keep saying it because there's really not too much else to say.
Yeah, and I think that's all there really is to say. The season was a good one overall. I mean, we saw a lot of really close matches. We saw Proot come in and be a very well-received map. Still shout out to the map maker there for being so receptive.
Yes, sir.
To feedback in the preseason and in the map cup. We got that map there real quick, and I am glad that Proot's been so good. And we even saw it in the grand finals, so happy about that one.
Yep, easily the fastest a map has ever risen up through the competitive scene. And I mean, Eruption's right behind it. It was definitely not as polished of a map, but we just got a new update coming out, and Vibe's been trying to run pugs on it. So if you guys are in that map test Discord, give him the reacts. We need to get pugs on it.
Maybe we'll have some Team Fun wins grand finals pugs, but yeah, that's going to be it for the season. I don't really have much else to say there. I mean, Team Fun, again, congratulations for first place. Squirtyay, well-deserved second place. Better luck next season if you decide to stay together, but you did very well. As we do get a gentle yet forceful reminder from Dolphin, merch exclamation point merch in the chat to check out the RGL store. We have a bunch of designs, players' choice designs coming up. All the proceeds go towards helping RGL, funding the staff that helps run the league, including our resident Dolphin behind the camera. Hearts in the chat for him. He does so much work all the time.
And I just want to throw out these designs are easily the best that we've ever had. They're really, really phenomenal. I know a lot of effort has gone into them, and they look really good. Like the picture you guys are seeing on screen, I think is a little misleading because I think only one of those designs is actually in the shop. I think it's just the frog right now, but definitely exclamation point merch. Get in there, check them out. They really do look good. I mean, we said it before. This is TF2 merch that you'd actually wear in public, and I think these are the best ones so far. So, help the league out, help the artists out, help the players out. There's even I think potentially two shirts that Jay from 20ZC. Yeah, I was trying to remember what the order of the letters were there. From 20ZC helped put together. So if you want to rep some of his try to get a fraction of his power by wearing the shirt, definitely not a bad move. But really, they look really good. I'm not saying this because Dolphin's holding a sardine to my head, and I think it's loaded.
Sardine. We'll let Dolphin get back to it. He's got to refill the kiddie pool for the rest of the work this season before the break. But yeah, that's going to be it for us tonight. Yeah, thank you all for watching the season. It was a very fun one. We hope you'll join us for the next one as well. Going to be, no doubt, another great season of Highlander. In the meantime, I have no other shouts to give. Alto, you got any?
Want to give a shout out to you, Zag, and Dolphin, and Godfather as well for coming in during my extended hiatus in the middle of the season. I want to give a shout out to everyone involved in the new merch. I want to give a shout out to all of the teams that, I think like Tunic Vex, RR, somebody helped for, sticking out the season. Not necessarily the best results from them, but every season's a learning experience, and can't always have all teams make the playoffs all the time, so having people come in and play those matches and compete, and I mean, even we saw somebody help take that end of season steal upset for one last exclamation point. So I mean, shout out to everyone watching, because I love casting, I love this community, and love you guys, and thanks for helping it to keep going. So
yep, and that's going to do it for us. Thank you all once again for watching the Season 13 Grand Finals. We'll be back next season with more Highlander action. Until then, stay tuned at RGL for some more sixes. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and good night.